welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing really well. Today I thought we could spend a productive day together. I've got lots that I need to crack on with, and we're gonna start with coffee because I don't know why I've picked up the camera having not had my coffee just yet. Oh gosh, I thought we were fully out of coffee pods. My current Nespresso fave is Bianco Doppio. Because you only get like that much coffee, and I don't always want like a big latte first thing in the morning, I press it twice so you get kind of like an Americano size, and then you can just add your milk. And I still think it tastes great. That first sip of coffee in the morning just hits different. Right, just made a quick pre-workout bit of eggs, mini pitta, and some turkey bacon. I don't like anything too heavy before I train, but oh, the thought of training legs, having not eaten, is just recipe for weakness. So eggs, pitta, and a bit of turkey bacon. I can't believe that little snack, pre-leg day snack, was 29 grams of protein on that plate. It was egg whites, a turkey rasher, and a mini pitta, and that was like the perfect pre-workout snack because it's not too heavy. And I usually have corn cakes with peanut butter and banana, but I just didn't really fancy that today. I am tracking as well at the moment. I will fill you in on my current fitness goals and update you on all of that later on in the video, but we're just gonna get straight to the gym before I start chatting to you and procrastinate and end up really late with my day. So let's get to it. Also, I might give you some home updates because we put the mirror on the wall and it's made such a difference. Like, who knew just actually putting a mirror up on the wall, as in it was just slanted down before, would make such a big difference. But here's my gym fit of the day. I'm currently doing a cut at the moment, but I'll update you on that a bit later on. And I've got these grey shorts on, Vanquish sports bra with the strappy back, and then I've got this crop bone tee hoodie. And let me put you on the real way to get your shorts to be more flattering. So these come like this, sit down here, and I wear them like this for running. Also do really like them like that, like kind of like a cycling short. But I think the way the girlies are getting the booty shorts is like this. So pulling them right up, like making them shorter. I haven't quite got the hang of it yet, but you kind of rejig them and it basically, I was gonna say suctions. Wait, is that it? No, maybe that's too short. No, it is like that. It kind of like creates more of a shelf glute. Do you see what I mean? Whereas when they're longer, so if you're wondering why you've not got a booty like the Insta girlies, this could be it. Sometimes you can get the same shorts as someone else, but you're just not wearing them right, so they might not be as flattering. But yeah, these are perfect for leg day. We're 2 exercises in and I feel like I was so close to seeing stars on that machine. I was doing the V squat. I thought I'd be able to go heavier than what I did, but Jesus, it's very humbling. And I was just trying to get the right position with my neck. But I really feel that in my glutes. If your gym doesn't have one of those, don't worry, just do back squats and go as heavy as you can. I've been training at a new gym. It's really like re-inspired me. This has got loads of bodybuilding equipment and it's taken me back. And I've been really enjoying training here recently and had some really good sessions. Your environment is so important. Like, make sure you're not sticking in places that you feel like just aren't really serving you, or if you want something different and you want to freshen things up, I'd really recommend just training somewhere a bit different. It really does shake things up. Like, my last 3 sessions here have been probably some of my best of this year yet, which is just wild, and I just wish I'd have done this sooner. So your sign to get out of your comfort zone a bit with where and how you train, even if it's just training with someone, like inviting someone to train with you. Oh God. Right, we've got one last set on this flipping V squat. Oh God. But I've been seeing really good results. I'll tell you more later on, like I'll give you the full debrief of how I'm currently training, but I'm really happy with how things are going. If you struggle to feel RDLs in your glutes, give this a try. I'll show you without weight first. So take a thick plate, so not like a 10 kg kind of thin, or if you only have 10 kgs, just double them up. But this is a big, thick 20 kg. Make sure your foot's sturdy. Weight is in your working leg. So coming down, and you'll just be able to feel that stretch more so. But get comfortable without a weight before you go in, because it's intense. So finished in the gym. I'm heading home, but I'm heading home via HomeSense. It's kind of on my way. I want to get some artwork for my little office room, and also I need some new notepads. Like I've gone through all my lined notepads, so HomeSense is the perfect place to grab some of those. And it's like my little guilty pleasure, to be honest, like home shopping. Now the house is like almost there. We just have loads of blank walls, and I love white and neutral, but it needs a bit of zest, a bit of life in there. I had a really good gym session, by the way. I did such a good glute and ham workout. Can really feel those RDLs, like as I'm sat here right now. And I finished with 20 minutes on the Stairmaster. Why? Like, why does 20 minutes on the Stairmaster just feel like an absolute eternity? Like 20 minutes is nothing when you think about it. Like I can spend 20 minutes in the gym car park procrastinating like it's 10 seconds. So no excuses, but I just added that in today, and I also did it yesterday. I also went to drop off 2 parcels. I've got rid of so much stuff on Vinted recently, and I honestly feel lighter. Like the accumulants that I had of activewear was beyond the joke. Like I think it was about 4 years worth of stuff that I was clinging on to. So it's been really nice sending it to new homes. Oh, these are gorgeous terracotta vases. It's just got a glass missing. It's actually materials. Actually, I really quite like this one. And I'm thinking this one here. Is a perfect fit. Would you look at that? Oh, it's slotted right in. Just got home. I feel so fresh, so clean. Like that post-gym shower just hits different. I'm gonna make a loaded beef bowl for my lunch. I did just have some chicken that I had left over from last night. That is such a rarity for me. So yeah, that was a nice change. I forgot that I'd made it last night. Opened my fridge. Maybe it's because Mace isn't here actually. That's why it's there. And then I've got loads of work to crack on with. What I love about this loaded beef bowl that I'm gonna make beef bowl is I can just bang it in the air fryer, go off and do something else, and then come down and it's just all done, and all you need to do is assemble it. I also want to talk to you about how life-changing it's been eating more whole foods. So I have like over time just reduced how much artificial sweetener I'm having, and I've been really trying out different proteins recently just to see how I actually feel, how I react. So I've been trying out grass-fed proteins, some unflavoured whey, which I can confirm I'm really not a fan of. Like I like the sweetness which does come with some artificially sweetened wheys, but I've been trying to find like proteins that are sweetened with stevia instead, and just testing things out. I'm trying out a vegan protein to see if I notice a difference, because recently I've been having more dairy ever since I got a Ninja Creami that's tucked behind there, which I'll show you later. I've been having a lot more dairy with that because I put loads of milk in, if that makes sense, and I've really broken out like my actual forehead from having more dairy. So it's just been interesting to test and trial, but I definitely don't have half as much sweeteners as I used to. I used to have a flipping protein bar on my way back from from the gym, a protein pudding in the afternoon, another protein shake. Like there was a lot going on. So just simply reducing that has done wonders, and also just trying to find better quality products and trying to get as much from real foods. Like you really don't need all the supplements to say reach a protein goal. It does take planning and like preparation, but yeah, just like that snack that I made this morning with 29 grams in, it doesn't take long. So I've just got some white potatoes. I know this is a bit random, but I don't know what these were. These are called, oh no, they're just British baby potatoes, but they're really nice. And I'm gonna make sure I order them again. So chop these up. And then I've got some 5% lean steak mince here that desperately needs cooking today. And then this tikka curry powder. You don't need much, I feel like this is quite strong. Olive oil for the potatoes, some mixed herbs into the air fryer. So if you've got the same air fryer as me, I put it on the roast setting, so it's 190 degrees, and then I do that for 20 minutes for the potatoes, and then 190 for the beef mince for about 15 minutes. You've got to be really careful with the beef mince. Like the amount of times I've gone upstairs, come back down, and it's just disintegrated in the air fryer. Like there's nothing left. I've got nothing left.
I've got nothing left.
So this is how I make the bowl. So this is my favourite iceberg lettuce, some mixed salad leaves, and then a tablespoon of Greek yogurt. I'm using this 0% fire one, which is just my all-time fave. Put a bit more in, about 50 grams of that. And then some sriracha. I think this is what makes it so good, because you've got creaminess and then there's a bit of flavour in there. Avocado here. And some sauerkraut for the top, and some balsamic glaze. So here is my lunch. I just love how much volume as well you get with this, and it's just so flavourful. I have been going through about one of these a week. Mason also really likes it. It's sauerkraut, fermented cabbage, and it's really nice in salads. And then this salad dressing, it is just so simple, but so flipping good. It's like a creamy salad. Like it's not spicy, but it's not bland, which I think is really hard. And that is just why I love Greek yogurt for dressings, for smoothies, just obsessed. And I feel like Fire is the more expensive yogurt, isn't it? It's like £5, sometimes more. £5.50 for a tub, but I use it every day and I just don't think anything else compares. In Dubai, actually, Fire, I think it was like £9 for one of those flipping tubs, which is just madness. Like crazy. I feel like I want to go outside. I've basically just had 3 different people come to quote for some landscaping work in my garden, and I've had some real characters, you know. Like I found them off Facebook, which is probably, I don't know if that's the most trustworthy place to find tradespeople, but I've had some real characters at the front door. One was slightly scary last night, who came at about 8:30 at night. I'm just thinking if that was a good idea or not, I don't know. But I really want to get the garden sorted so I can sit outside, because it's so sunny and I don't want to sit inside and eat my lunch. Like I want to go out and enjoy. This kind of works. Catch some rays whilst we're here. A certain Penelope who's giving me eye contact. She really wants some of this. Ta-da! Done. I'm just at my desk. Can you notice something in the background? Our home sense by. So I'm thinking to put that up there. Basically, this is where I've been having a lot of my like meetings and calls, and it just needed something in the background. So I think that's nice if it gets put up. This is the one room where like I have still got a lot of like just boxes from Dubai. Like I've still got clothes and stuff, but I don't really have space in my bedroom to put it out. I'm trying to be more like minimalistic, so I kind of don't want to buy another set of drawers, but I think I'm gonna need to, you know. But yeah, I think that just adds a little bit of something in the background. I have still got these bar stools that I need to sort out, and I've whacked out my fresh notepads. Why is this just such a nice feeling? Like fresh, clean notepads, it does something like, I feel like it scratches my brain in just a different kind of way. I think they look even cuter actually in person. There was a lot of selection, like I'd really recommend HomeSense for your things. And I'm just gonna get my Notion up. I never thought I'd be a Notion girly. I'm trying to be an organised, very organised girl. Like I'm normally like a chaotic mess. Here's my work setup. So this is quite new and I'm really enjoying having like an actual workspace. So I've got a keyboard which I haven't started using yet. I keep going back to using my actual MacBook, but I think I'll get into the habit of it. You just plug this in, it just connects to your Mac, and then I've got my mouse there and my new notepads, my headphone stand, which never actually gets used, but it's the idea. So here's my Notion. I've added this literally just this week, Instagram calendar, and I'm planning to plot all my content here. Here's an example of like the first few days. So I've created like what type of content, lifestyle, educational, and I'm just gonna see how I get on with that. And I'm thinking to do a week at a time to begin with before doing like super in advance. And then I have my YouTube content execution. So I have my videos and then I provide like a brief. This really helps keeping it just simple and so that I can actually see what I've got coming up. Then I have short form content. So this is where I'll just drop ideas. And then down here I've got my personal home. So I need to change this. I haven't used recipes yet. This is empty, but I've added my yearly goals, travel plans, and then I just need to make this look a bit pretty. Like I got this picture of Pinterest, but it's not, it's all blurry. So I need to sort that out. But I'm thinking, I like the idea of this. I just don't want to overwhelm myself and then not end up using Notion, but this is how I'm planning to organize myself and my life. And then I have got, oh, it's quite heavy actually, a whiteboard. And before I show you this, let me just explain. So I'm really trying to be more organized because I feel like I am quite, like my brain feels chaotic, and anyone who knows me personally knows that I'm usually late to things, and I really don't want to be that person, you know, people who like, oh, she's just always late. I don't want to be that version of myself, like, and I also think it's rude, and I'm just trying to be better with my time, because my issue is like, I honestly think that I can do things in a lot less time than things take. And the reason why I'm sharing this is, one, because I just want to be actually honest. I think it's really easy online for things to just look really put together and you don't really know the ins and outs, because obviously it's just what's being portrayed, if that makes sense. When actually, like, some days I'm honestly wondering like, oh my God, where has today gone? Or I find it really hard to be organized and to manage my time, is what I'm trying to tell you. So these are the things that have helped me the most. I also just wanted to share in case you're someone like that. And what helps the most is just simplifying things, not trying to make things too complicated. So that is what my mission is. So I have organized my days mainly with to-do lists, and what has been the most useful is just having like prioritized lists. But since I've started employing more people and working more in a team, which has been really important for my growth and for my like business growth, with flowness, with my YouTube, with just everything, and all like my business goals, I had to like be more organized in certain areas, like for example getting to grips with Notion and realizing that everyone else who I've worked with, like freelancers as well, all seem to use Notion, and I've had to just get familiar with that, and it's uncomfortable, but I'm trying, which is the main thing. And then other tactics which have just really helped is having visual, like physical things, which is why I got some more notepads, because I just love to jot things down. And then I created, this is a whiteboard of what gives me deep happiness and then what makes me feel lost, and having visual reminders. So this is in my office where I see it every day, just is like the little cues that just really help. So deep happiness, meditation and journaling, gym, I won't read them all out. And then things that make me feel lost, procrastinating, scrolling before creation, letting thoughts spiral negatively, wasting time on non-needle movers. So you know them days where you just end up like doing all the little things that don't really like get you anywhere, but you're kind of procrastinating because you don't want to do the hard things. By the way, I'd really recommend keeping your workspace like as minimal as possible. I feel like it just keeps things fresh, like you can actually think straight. And having a big load of water. I didn't actually properly show you. So here's the notepad. It's like a little pink with little bows. I just thought it was really cute. I just love this moment. I love a notepad with a binder because you can just pull pages out. And this one has got a little bit for notes. Oh, so fresh. so here are my top priorities. These I try and keep to as minimal as possible. Like, you can always add more, but I just think, what is the point overloading yourself and then never being able to actually finish things? And then I just do a quick ticks list, which usually accumulates throughout the day. So this is what I've got to do. And then I do really need to collect my Hoover. Like, part of my Hoover broke and I haven't been able to properly Hoover in a few days, so it's been bugging me. I thought just whilst I sort my makeup out, I could just chat to you about how I'm currently training, my like current goals, and also like how I'm currently eating. I don't know where to start, to be honest. Like, Jesus, it's a lot. So obviously I did that marathon. Was that March? I feel like March to now is just like, I feel like I've blinked and suddenly we're nearly in July. Like, how? And it's actually my birthday next month. But basically post-marathon, I definitely didn't want to go and set another race straight away, or I thought about doing a high rocks, but I just didn't feel called, or it's not something I feel like I might do it at some point. I just haven't felt, it's not appealed to me massively yet. And with launching Flowness, like, I've been pouring all my time and energy into that. If I'm doing anything, like, I want to do it properly, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just haven't felt like I'd have been able to manage. And physically as well, I've wanted to have a little bit of a break before I've decided to commit to anything else, because training for that marathon, I didn't have much time for anything else. Like, I feel like something always kind of went, like, I found it hard to maintain my social life at the time. And I wouldn't kind of expect any less as well with it, like a marathon training prep. And even like work was sometimes difficult because I'd felt tired or fatigued. But I do think, just like anything, you get better, and I think I'd recover better now. Like, I've noticed since I've really changed the way I train over this past few years, I feel like my body recovers a lot better than it used to, and things like my resting heart rate are lower. And I feel, obviously, you just learn so much from any like experience or any challenge that you set yourself to do. So I have been in a little bit of limbo at the minute, so I'm thinking I would love to do another marathon maybe towards the end of the year. There is one I've got in mind, but I can't quite decide on which, so we'll have to see about that. And then for the summer, I've just left things quite open because obviously I'm launching Flowness, and I've had so many changes, like with Live and Lift app. I've changed how I'm working totally. I've made my first big hires, which has been the scariest experience, and something that I don't really see spoken about, or like navigating that is just crazy as a business owner. And I'm someone who, like, I've realized how emotionally invested I've been in like my personal brand, in my own business. So I've had to really kind of sort that out, because that obviously, like, business should be separate to you as a person, if that makes sense. One thing that I didn't really know what comes with when you set something like a race or an event or a high rocks is, it's the first time I've experienced like the downside of that, as in I felt really, after my marathon, like I didn't know what to do with myself. Like, oh, if I'm not training for something, like, what's the point? So I feel like I've been going through the motions of that over this past few months, which is something I've never experienced because I've never done like many races before. Like, before that I just trained kind of lifestyle. So it's been, sorry, it cut me off, but I was saying, before I did the marathon, I mainly trained just for lifestyle. I didn't set huge goals, which is also why I think I fell out of love with the style of training that I was doing, and I don't feel like I was pushing myself, which is why I think there's so much importance in having goals to do with fitness, to do with performance. Otherwise you do just get complacent and you get a bit slack and a little bit lazy. So it's like finding that fine line. But what I've been doing recently is just enjoying my, like, finding the love for my training. So I've been really loving my bodybuilding style training that goes so well with my running, but I've been doing shorter distances recently and doing more sprints, working on my speed. So setting different goals, like getting a quicker 5k, a quicker 10k, and then also just really focusing like in my actual bodybuilding sessions. And I've been enjoying like sculpting my physique again, which wasn't something that I've focused on, especially with like a marathon training. I was strength training, but I feel like I got to a point where I was finding it hard strength wise to keep going up in my lifts, like, and like running took top priority. So it's been really nice having it like a little bit the other way around for a bit. Been doing 3 to 4 runs a week and then training in the gym 5 times, doing my lifts. I've really focused on training my upper body more so. So I've been training with Mason, and I've been letting Mason take me through some of his shoulder days, and your girl we've got some delts going on now. Like, I feel like they were days, or like last year, I've always trained upper body, but I do like half an hour and kind of just call it a day, whereas like my leg days have always been something that I've kept consistent. So that's been a new enjoyment. And then when you see progress, like I've been getting stronger, I've just enjoyed things, and it feels like I've like gone back to my roots in that sense. And then with my runs, me and Mace have been doing sprints, so I've been enjoying doing shorter runs, so like not committing to go out and do a 20-kilometer run on a Saturday, and instead doing a 6-kilometer like sprint session whilst I don't have like the marathon booked in and whatnot. Like obviously I'll do a proper training block for that. So that has been nice. I'm not putting as much pressure, which is the key for anything sustainable. And then I've been having my weekly therapy and just trying to work things out as I go. Like I feel like there's a lot of different parts of my life that I'm trying to just piece together and think, right, where's this going? Where do I want that to go? How do I want this to look? Which is like hard at times. And I went through a stage of like comparing myself to maybe even a few years ago and realizing like I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago. You're not the same person you were even last week. Like we always change, grow and evolve, and you can't try and like put yourself back in that little pigeonhole that you no longer fit. And I feel like I spent some time mainly last year trying to like shove myself back in this pigeonhole that I just no longer fitted in anymore. And also realizing like what I was thinking when I was comparing myself to a time when I had a lot less responsibilities. For example, I didn't have a house of my own. I didn't have as many opportunities. I didn't have like as much going on. I wasn't on like so many different platforms. I wasn't trying to do so many different things. And this is where you can trip yourself up. Like we all have more responsibilities as like the more you take on and the more you grow, if that makes sense. Then you can compare to this past version of yourself that maybe had like 2 big responsibilities, whereas now you might have 10. And things like priorities change as well over time too. So there's some realizations that I've been having, and I just feel like I just wanted to bring you up to speed because I just wanted to remind you like you're not alone in this. And I think your 20s, 30s, the whole lot is confusing. And I've also felt that weird pressure of age. Like it's my birthday next month. I'll be 26. And I just think that's playing on my mind a little bit. Just like, am I where I want to be at 26? You know, you have all these like, I remember when I was in school, I was thinking I'd have like 2 kids by now. That's just a crazy thought. Like I'm not ready. I don't feel ready for kids just yet. So lots of thoughts, and I've been unpicking a lot of this as well with my therapist. And I would really recommend a therapist. Like I think, of course, friends, like it's so important to have friends that you can open up with and talk to, but it's a different level of like sharing that you can do with a therapist, as in they're actually qualified to be able to like advise you on certain stuff. Oh, these flowers have just bloomed. My dad and his girlfriend brought them round on Father's Day just gone, which was so nice because my brother came round with my nephew Hamilton, who is growing so quick like you would not believe. But it was really nice to have them here. And also I think that's the first time that I felt like this renovation house has really come together, as in like when I could actually see my family all in it, and it doesn't look like a building site anymore. Like crazy. I've also just had a delivery, which I'm quite excited about. So it's a new Whoop band. I've been really missing my Whoop actually, and I'll tell you why. So this isn't sponsored or anything. I wish they would sponsor me though. Oh, this is so much better actually. It's the new Sport Flex Blur band, and I'm so glad. It's pretty much the same as my Apple Watch, and it's rubber because basically I had to take it off a few weeks ago because I was getting eczema around it, because obviously it's like a knitted fabric. So I'd wash it in the shower, but I feel like it wasn't washing it properly, so I took it off. And then this is just going to solve all my problems. If you don't know what a Whoop is, it's a watch that you can track all your like your sleep, your stress levels. It keeps evolving as well. Like it has been one of the best things. Mason actually got me this like 3 years ago when they first came out, and it's crazy to see like their expansion of Whoop and how popular as well they are now. Whilst I'm in the kitchen, got me thinking, so nutrition goals and fitness goals. So basically I have decided to enter a calorie deficit. I want to lose some overall body fat and also just see what I can do with my body. I feel like I've never got past a certain point. Like I feel like I've always got to a certain point and then never really pushed past that, as in I want to get a little bit leaner over this next 8 weeks. So I've been in a small deficit, something that I can maintain and it won't affect like my strength. I'm also going to take creatine daily, something that I haven't done consistently. So it's been really nice. Like so far, I think I'm about 2 weeks in. There's been some, like I've eaten out. I went for a roast, was it last week, in that time, and I've had some days where I haven't tracked, but other than that, I've been consistently tracking my macros every day and making sure that I'm hitting my protein intake. It's so easy to start tracking again, but then you'll track your breakfast and lunch, and then it comes to dinner time and you don't really track, and then you're not really tracking, or you don't really have an understanding. And this is why I just think there is so much power in learning more about your body. Like the amount of times I'll start tracking when I haven't been for a while and realize that I'm either having like not as much as I thought for breakfast or too much for breakfast, or wondering why I feel really tired after a meal when I've had too much fat, for example, or I've had too much carbs. So it's been really nice. I feel like I've been learning a lot start just tracking again. And I always think as well, if you're someone who wants to intuitively eat, how can you go straight to intuitively eating, or how can you intuitively if you don't really have an understanding of what is in your foods? And I think it'd be harder to go to that than it would to spend, even if it was a day one time, tracking, or just even taking a food diary, like in your notes, like what you ate and how do you feel after that, and just having that kind of gauge. And the plan with my deficit is to do it for about 7/8 weeks. I started 2 weeks ago, but in that time obviously I ate out and I had a day or so where I didn't track, or I've not tracked absolutely everything, which is absolutely fine. Like, that is my way of doing things anyway. Like, I would never really do something that was super restrictive, or I felt like I couldn't eat out. But if you are wanting a different result as well, it does require you to be disciplined. Like, I'm going to try and prep as many meals as I can so that I am like organized and I'm not just leaving myself, say if I'm out for the day, I'll prep something to take with me, if that makes sense. That is because I also want to see what I can do and also test my discipline too. And I just feel like I feel my best when I am practicing. Like, discipline is the biggest form of self-love as well. So yeah, I'm just excited for that, and I'm aiming for about 10 to 15% deficit. Some days I'm like, I'll go over slightly on my deficit, sometimes I'm slightly under. It all kind of works out, and that is like my approach anyway, how I prefer to do things. I'm not looking to lose loads of weight, I just want to lose some body fat. So I'm not looking for a huge fluctuation in my scale weight, because I want to maintain as much muscle mass as possible in the process. So if you're wanting to create a calorie deficit for yourself, I'd always recommend make sure that it's tailored to you. Like, there's no point in doing my calories and macros because it'll be different. By the way, I'll show you how to do this in step-by-step calls with me and other girls, so you can be accountable and also get my training and nutrition plans in one membership. I have a few spots left for the launch week, so don't miss out. It's in the top line of this video's description. Right, I brought my Whoop down. So this is the old one. You can see it's like a fabric, but just gonna strip that off a few hours later. Okay, we got there in the end. Oh, I think that is so much better than the black one. I think eventually they'll probably have even thinner ones, but that is a big improvement than the black strap. And I don't think it's going to irritate my skin half as much. It's very silky soft too. Okay, some house updates. If you didn't already know, I've had this house for over a year and have renovated it in this time. It was a really old cottage, like 1800s cottage that has been renovated. It took way longer than expected, and oh God, it's been stressful, but definitely worth it. So it went with this kind of marble stone look in the bathroom. I didn't want to do the whole bathroom in this. Choosing this tile was a flipping nightmare. It was supposed to actually be like a shade lighter, but I still really like it nevertheless. The tiler actually put these tiles on the wrong way around the first time, so it's been made twice. I wanted to do like a walk-in double shower and went with some gold accents, which I absolutely love. I feel like it just reminds me of like a hotel vibe. Got a lot of inspo from Pinterest. Also added a skylight into the roof, which just floods this little bathroom with so much light. And I've recently added little bits like the dressing gown holders, just little touches like that make a difference. And this room has got a pocket sliding door because it's a little bit narrower in the corridor, which works so well. Here's the bathroom before. This was when it was ripped apart. Here is it now. This is just the best feeling, you know, when you can see the two so close together. Here's the double taps. I had some issues with the taps being like able to go the right way, as in like point in the same direction, but it's quite cute and I think tells a story. Here is another before, and then here is my double bedroom doors, which I absolutely love, and I love this light switch. These are the Belton classic style doors from JB Kind. They're like a panel door with flush moulding and they came white primed. They need another lick of paint, but they're just my favourite things. They feel luxurious. And then the stairs have had new treads put on and lots of work, and then the glass banister arrives next week, so I'll definitely show you what that looks like. And then as you come downstairs, we've got this gorgeous industrial style door. So this is the Metro Black door from JB Kind. It actually looks like it's aluminium, but it's a wooden frame. Popped the mirror on the wall. I did have this just leaning on the floor, and it's crazy what a difference it makes. And there's my piece of artwork that I got from Home Sense. I think it really suits that area, like above this console table. I really, really like that. I don't know if you'll be able to remember, but I had that plant pot in my Dubai apartment, and it still just makes me laugh seeing things here. It's also funny that this was supposed to be an investment property that I've ended up living in, because I love this space so much. And then changed quite a few things in the kitchen, mainly decor bits. So Added some cute teapots and it's just feeling a lot more like home now. Also decorated my shelf there, and you'll have seen this space so much on my Instagram, but I will do a proper updated video soon. Let me know if there's any questions that you've got as well about my renovation. That has just finished. I'm just going to add some toppings. Literally takes 35 minutes in the oven and it's packed with protein. So easy to make. So just made, whoa, nearly went all over the floor. This cottage cheese pizza, like what? I'm so shocked. I can't wait to try this. I'm just waiting for it to cool down before I slice it. Oh, it's really cute as well. And it took about 35 minutes in the oven. So worth a try. I'll post the full recipe on my Instagram as well. Oh my God. Before I eat the whole thing. This is so surprisingly insane, like for cottage cheese. Look at the consistency. So good. So I'm gonna make a Ninja Creami. I think this is one that I made the other day that I've got left over, basically. So this is how it comes out, and then you add a little drop of milk, just like that, and then respin it. Then it comes out like that. Do you see the difference? It's like crazy. A quick respin, it's full-blown ice cream. Everyone's kind of different though, like each one that I've made. Hello again. I wanted to tell you about my Ninja Creami. Like, I feel like this deserves talking about because I got it 2 or 3 weeks ago, and because Mason's between Manchester and this house at the minute, he took it with him to Manchester, and I was really unimpressed because I missed it so much. But basically I've been having my Ninja Creami frozen yogurt every single night since. I haven't missed a night, like not one, since I've bought it, and it's been the best thing ever. Like, I felt really reluctant to buy it at first because I just couldn't, I was like, I can't really justify that. Then I just thought, oh, will I end up using it? Will it even be that good? And I can confirm it is unbelievable, and I don't know why I haven't got it sooner because I'm such a frozen yogurt person. Like, it's one of my favourite things, and there's not a single frozen yogurt shop nearby where I live at the minute. So yeah, it's so good because I literally just put like a scoop of protein, banana, milk. That is literally all it is, and then you freeze it overnight, pop it in the machine the next day. It just creates this ice cream. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I've still been testing out loads of recipes, but I've been keeping it quite simple, so I'll definitely share some of those. It is in fact the next day. I was clearly too engrossed in my Ninja Creami last night, which, oh God, you just don't understand. I'm so obsessed. But yeah, I thought I'd wrap up this video. I will have already posted my weekly wellness vlog, which I'd really recommend you to watch if you're having a bit of a crazy few weeks or you feel a little bit like out of sorts. This will really help you, and just simple practices that you can implement which will just help your mindset on a whole. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I'm really grateful that you're here, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Don't miss the launch week with limited spots in the top line of this video's description. I can't wait to see you inside the Floners Club and share with you what is to come. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm so grateful for you. I can't wait to see you in the next video.